Okay, this is going to be a very mellow stream. I'm just going to be spending a little bit of time working on Snarfles. Wait, hang on, something's missing. I'm just going to be spending a little bit of time encoding Snarfles. There we go. Okay, I don't know why I did that, my bad. Okay, I just thought that maybe it might be interesting to see what it feels like for me to stream progress on my game. I don't know if I'll do this consistently or not. I just want to see how it feels right now. And at the very least, I figured that it would help me to kind of stay on track. It's like a little bit of accountability to lock in. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know if this will be interesting to watch or if it'll be like super boring to the average person. But we're just going to be working. So I've got right here my... Actually, you know what? Before we jump in, let's just get a little bit of music going. I need something no copyright, or else I'm gonna get in trouble by the Google overlords. Coding music? Is this a thing? Coding no copyright music? Maybe. Maybe we'll do this. We'll see if it's any good. We'll see if it's any good, I don't know. Yeah, it'll work fine. Just a little bit of background music, a bit of noise. See if it sounds okay in the stream. Kinda loud, huh? I'll turn it down to like minus. Something like that. Okay, let's log in. Display anything. We'll switch to side view. So this is my list of things to do. And the first thing on the list is very, very boring, but it's important for the structure of each scene. And that is make all of the camera overrides part of the new script. So what that means is I've moved most of the helpers, my camera, all of the UI shit, feedbacks that are the same in every level, anything that doesn't change level to level. I've added this new common prefab and I've migrated everything into this hierarchy. So that way, if we change it in one level, it'll change it in all 15, in theory, which I think is really helpful to just keeping everything tidy and making sure that we reduce the number of errors as we move forward on building a bunch of different levels at the same time. The only thing left that I have moved over here that does change scene to scene is the camera, because each time that a level loads in, okay, the camera's got slightly different settings. It's gonna have settings unique to basically how close or far away it is, and how fast it is, if it is allowed to move around or if it's stuck in place, and what the starting position is. And so those things shouldn't obviously be edited on my common prefab, because it defeats the whole point. If I'm making changes in every scene to a prefab that's literally called common, it's not common anymore, it's a mess. So all I want to do is make sure I've written a simple script in my settings thing here called camera settings that just applies it at start by default. So I just need to do that instead. So it's just it's a very boring process, but we're gonna go through it one by one and make sure that they're all good. So here's my main camera. In this scene, we have a size of 5. It starts at 1.5. So all we're gonna do, I think all we have to do on this one, right, is, I think this one's actually done. I think I did this right before stream, maybe. We shouldn't have to move the camera. Completely fine. Okay, yeah, so all that I actually need to do on this one then is revert the prefab, now that we've gotten it working. And it claims there is no reversions to make. So this level's done. Let's move on to level 4. Camera's got its defaults on it. Oh, let me copy that object so that I can quickly add it to each one. Level 4. Does it need to be that far? Let's see if it needs to be that far or not. Yeah, it should almost be farther, actually. This is a really big level. These might get changed later, by the way, obviously. There's a chance that we continue to make changes. Like, it may end up being that this one is just too wide open. You know what I mean? There's so much empty space that I don't think is ever going to be utilized in this scene. I'm kind of nervous about it. Now, let me refresh my memory real quick, because it's been a little bit since I wrote this script. I'm just going to see what we're doing with the positioning. Nothing on here changes the position of the camera. Okay, so that's happening in a separate way. That's a little bit awkward because there's some places it's bugged, but we'll get to that later. I think this is a reasonable place for it. There's a little bit of clipping down here though. I can't see this one. It's the only one I'm worried about. Makes me wonder, should I go up to like 7? That's so far away. Let's try it. Let's try it and see how it feels. I mean, that's better though. I think we gotta just leave it at 7. Okay, that's fine. Level 5. Add to settings. Revert. See what this one's looking like. I see this is an example where the starting position is bugged out. That doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. We don't need it to be nearly that far though. I will say that. I'll drop it to 5.5. Does that all fit still? Let me see. We'll fix the camera positioning separately in a minute here. Yeah, that looks just about right. Okay, I think I'm good with that. 5.5. This is all reverted now. Cool, move on to the next one. Put this in here, see what it looks like. Really far away again. This one looks like maybe it's like 6. We can try 5.5, but I think it's gonna be too close. Oh, actually, you know what? That might be fine. That might be just completely fine. It's a little bit tight. Just a little bit tight, I think. It's okay. Yeah, we'll leave it as it is. Okay, that one's done. Oh, and revert. Can't forget to revert the prefab or it's pointless. 7? It feels really good to be able to revert all these, by the way. It's been a journey getting this to move over, honestly. It really has. Revert those. See how this one looks. Okay, maybe this is like a 6. There's obviously a possibility in writing something to automate this too, like checking the width of the tiles and somehow calculating how far away the camera should be. I just don't think it's a good ROI to figure out how to do that. I'd rather just get the positioning right once. Yeah, I think 6 is the right answer here. Okay, do we revert this already? Yeah. Save that. Getting through it fine. Getting through it just fine. Throw this in here. revert this one. I'm just gonna go off a gut feeling and say it's 6 again. This one's a little big. No, it's a 6.5. Okay, revert, done. On a level 9. This is going quick, actually. Revert. Paste it in. Add to settings. See what it looks like. That's definitely a tighter one. See? How's it looking? That's perfect. Okay. This one we already did, looks like. Cool. 10's done. 11? Did we do the rest of these? No. Why did I do only 10? That's so weird. Maybe that's where I was testing it. Oh, this is a really small level, actually. 5.5? Can it be smaller? Maybe. Yeah, we can get away with 5 here. 5 is where I started, and I think it looks the best, honestly. Feel free to ask me anything in the comments, by the way, as I work on this. I know it's not particularly exciting, so if you're curious about how I think through things, if you're curious about the world of game development, I'm here. Okay, this one doesn't have it. Looks like it's already reverted though, which is interesting. Never did anything. Oh, this one's tricky because we get a new biome, but I think we can still go with 5 and just call it a day. Yeah, no reversions needed. 13. Probably 6. Let me just temporarily make it so I can move in the scene. So we can kind of guess and check. Oh, that could even be a 5.5, huh? Let's see. Yeah, that's just right. Okay, disable that. No settings at all on this one? You know, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Because that means we're not affecting any of the storms. What happened here? Did we not set this one up yet? Let's see what's going on. Oh, wow. Let me pull this up. See what it looks like in that document. I can't remember. Is this even right? I understand. It is right. We forgot one thing. And there's something that we need to code to make it work. We should always start with water though. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I should always start there. Okay. So, interesting. As far as camera goes though, probably another 6. Let's be bold. Yeah, that's good. Let it move. And 1 to go. See it. Now, part of me wants to say, you know what? Let's just force the camera to be in a specific position every round. Can I get away with 5.5 here? Probably not. But I'm gonna try it anyway. You know what? That looks fine. Okay. Uncheck move. And so now we've technically checked this off. However, I'm concerned about the rest of the camera system. Where is that ticket? Looking at the current save system. Yeah, that's later. That's later. Pop-ups for every telegraph. Outline of grass to make it easier to see. Broke camera centering on some levels. That's the one. Honestly, I'm gonna fix that later because I just know that's gonna be a massive pain to fix. Let's do something fun first. Where do I want to start? Why don't we do these two? For every drought level, ensure that all biomes are split up properly into their own sections. Which ones have drought? Level 14. Level 12. And level 10. Level 9. Is that it? Yeah. Okay, 9, 10, 12, 14. Got it. Let's see what's going on here. What I'm basically saying in this, I think, is... Okay. Ensure all biomes are split up properly into their own sections. And fix biome size. Oh! I know what's going on here. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. This one probably is already fine. Well, I say that, but I doubt it. It's completely fine. Because here's what's... Oh, there's 2 grass here. That's a bug. Hang on. Why do I have 2 grass on one of them? Already, yeah, real quick. Is that happening over here as well? No. Okay, so... Wow, that's a funny bug. That threw me off. What I'm saying is basically... Make sure that everything's split up by biome. Because there's some places where I combined multiple areas into one, and in this case... These should be separated. I think. Literally, if they weren't separated, it would be impossible to beat. Excuse me. Because what's happening is when we have a drought, right? It considers a biome whatever we split into up here. And so the only way that it knows that we should kill the grass in this one and not this one too is if we split it up properly. So this one looks split up properly fine. Let's move on to, did I say 9, 10, 12, 14? Yeah. Let's look at level 10. This one's spread up, separated properly. Yeah, that one looks fine. 11 doesn't have one, 12 has one. This one should be fine, but it is funny just because there's no visual distinction between the two. I'm gonna need to come up with an interesting visual for that later, but programmatically, from a technical perspective, it's fine. This one, This one might get interesting. This is probably the one that doesn't have it. It's probably the only thing that's preventing us from checking that ticket off, actually. The question sort of becomes, where do you split this one up? Cross only when lightning lets you survive clockwise drought sweeps that erase grass island by island. Late game predator sacrifices force you to breed and feed bunnies deliberately. This breaks all the rules. This breaks all the rules of the game. This does not work. We're gonna need to rework this level. What it's saying is we make a drought happen in each of these areas separately. North, south, east, west. The problem is visually, right? It looks like each of these areas is split up in two biomes. So that doesn't work at all. That doesn't work at all. So what I need to do is I need to pick one or the other. So we're gonna turn on our world tools and we're gonna get to work on making sure that this is all the same for each island. It also is calling for specific ones happening, which does go against the rules, because normally it's just whichever one is the most. But we'll get into that later. So maybe what we'll do is we'll just have this one be all one, and then this one, well, that means we're gonna have to move this, but that's fine, we can do that. We can move these, no problem. I'll go ahead and move one like here. How about there? That seems mean. And then we'll put one there, and then we're gonna just delete all of this desert. Turn it into all mountains. I don't know why it selected all of that like that. Very mellow. Cool. Is that in the right place? What? Oh, it's like this. Okay, yeah, it's in the right place. Okay, then the last thing to do for this one to work is we have to split. And this is going to be annoying. It's actually going to be kind of a pain, but we need to basically duplicate both of these, but take everything out of them the second time. And then we need to move it such that we're splitting everything up into two. Yeah. That took every... Damn it, dude. It's actually really funny. Okay, let's undo all of that. I know what happened. It's pretty entertaining. We're fighting with our own tools here. Those turn off. That still looks like way less than we had before, and some shit is gone. What the hell? What's going on? Yeah, we're fighting with our own tools, alright. Okay, well, in that case, we're just gonna revert this level. And start over, that's annoying. Don't save that level, let's reopen it and see if it is in a good state before we last saved. I think I spam saved, so we'll just have to revert it on the version control, worst case. I have an idea on how to do it quicker anyway. That was funny though. Oh, actually, that's perfect. It's exactly the state I wanted in, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Perfect. Oh, beautiful. Okay, in that case, all I need to do is turn these two off. Keep those two off, or they're gonna fuck with everything. And then let's take these. Let's move them over. And now I'm free to delete this. Double check by turning it off first. Yeah. Delete all of this and delete all of this without losing anything else. Perfect. Okay. So now, the next thing that's gonna happen is we have to somehow separate the two. To do that, I'm gonna highlight everything on one and move it to the other. This is all the boring shit that you just have to deal with as a dev. I mean, I just prefer everything to stay organized. Mountains. Perfect. That one's done. Now I'll move all of these into a new one. What's cool about this is as we check off more of these things, some levels that were previously impossible to play will become possible to play. I'll be able to start testing things that I have yet to ever actually play. As a developer in my own game, there's some levels I've never played still, because there's still things holding them back from being playable. Okay, that's great. With that done, that was all of them, right? Yeah, 15 doesn't have it. So, therefore, this one is done. But we still have the second drought issue. And that one, that one's gonna be significantly more awkward. I almost say let's come back to that later because it's just a visual bug, but it's a really painful one. What I want to do right now is I want to actually play this level for the first time. I want to see how it feels. After I turn off that. Let's see. That's forced to happen, which is kind of a bummer, honestly. We'll wait on that one. Wow. I don't think we thought through how hard this was going to be right off the rip. Dude, that's so brutal. How in the world would you beat this, bro? Oh, it's still not playable. I need to set the storms. GG, doesn't even matter. Okay, that sucks. Well, let's do the storms while we're thinking of it. Let me copy that from another level. Grab this. Bring it on over. And they're just all droughts, right? No, they're not. Oh, that's so painful. Everything about this level is too complicated. Everything. It's too much. Why do I only have one storm? Dude, this is way too much. Okay. What is even the point? I only have one lightning? No. This is absolutely absurd. Storm. 5. So you're saying you want to have water to ice, then a drought. Then ice to water. Then a drought. Then water to ice. And a drought. That's not happening. It's way too much. Vetoed. Not happening. What is gonna happen is we're gonna have more than one. I'm fine with that. I'll have one happen turn 3, but I want a max of 3. 3, 5, and 8, maybe 9. What if last turn of the entire game? We turn it back. I think that's interesting. So what it could be then is essentially we would just do one and one, and then this one would be drought. 2. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. I just think that's so much more reasonable. Now, obviously, in the current state of things, there's still just way too few units of every kind. If they were to do anything. We'll see how this looks. That's insane. That is so crazy. See, this is an interesting level now. This is actually doable. Route there is crazy though. We need more grass to spread for that to work. I don't think I could possibly have kept more grass alive. Yeah, that doesn't work. But we're getting better. We're getting closer. I don't think it was intended for this to instantly result in a death, honestly. So I'm gonna move this guy further over. See if that makes a big difference. Having one more grass alive. I think that makes it doable at least. Gimme, gimme. We need to make the ice look better, by the way. 100% we do. That's fine. I feel like having them all die is scary. Yeah, I'd rather it be this. Well, technically, I don't need more bunnies. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Not bad. Well, that's not useful. You're gone. Drought there kills both of those. That's the visual bug that I was talking about. What are you gonna do about it? Nothing. I almost wonder if we shouldn't have a drought this round. I think it would be more interesting to have consistent ice switches and something else. The drought is weird to me. I think it's weird. Finally get that. But at what cost? Literally have to kill that one. ESC. Is it winnable? I don't know, man. So yeah, everything has to go my way for this to work. That's fine. Oh, no, GG. We can't do it on the ice. I didn't think that through. GG. Well, that was something. What a crazy level. Yeah, there's no way we're keeping that many droughts. I'll leave it like that for now, and we'll iterate from there. Iterate from there. Let me this feels like a good spot to submit. Finish. Reverting. Comment. Okay. I would really like to fix the level system. I would really like to fix the level system. Maybe we do that next. There's no reason. I don't know why I always do this. But here's what's going on. When I go to campaign, I just see a list of levels to select, and you can select any of them at any point. Which works fine for some types of games, but I'm trying to tell us a linear story. I think I'd rather simplify this as the game gets longer. Like, it worked fine for the 4-level demo. But this is gonna be 15 levels. I think I'd rather just have a resume or a new game button. I mean, the alternative, right? The alternative would be to have it just be 15 options here. 5, 10, 15. Shoot across and have them continue to unlock funky like this. Which would work as long as we thought really carefully about how we wanted to do the cutscenes. Right? I mean, now that I think about it, it's not even that bad to do it that way. I can see this going either way. I'm gonna think about it for a second. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go grab something. I'm gonna mull it over. There's not a right or wrong answer here. I just need to commit to one. I'll be back. Good progress though. Lots of annoying little things done already. Not gonna lie, I've been doing so much gaming recently that even that little of just dev is giving me a little bit of brain fog, bro. We're pushing through it though. We are pushing through it. So this is the one I'm talking about. Look into the current save system that asks what you previously beat. Let's do something simpler and just let you continue where you left off. No reason to let the player revisit every scene. Now, honestly, that's kind of facts. Because, I don't know, I'm feeling back and forth about this one, but if you really think about it, there's not that many campaigns that let you just choose every single thing. There's some that do. I'm trying to think of some examples. But for the most part, what's like a clearly delineated linear, like Hollow Knight? No, that's a bad example. Because it's all one level. What's a good example of this? This is actually probably a pretty good example. Oh. I only want to see games that are on this computer, bro. Stop. Let me close it on here. There we go. BioShock actually would have been a good example for this. But I just got rid of it. It's funny, most of these games aren't like that. You know what? Whatever. I can think of games that do both ways. And now that I think about it, usually doing it this simpler way is for games that don't have like clearly delineated levels, right? Like they sort of awkwardly can let you spawn in different places and you can choose things out of order and whatever. Like for Skydom, I need to get rid of it. You should not be able to go back because you can do them out of order and that completely throws it off. But for this, you can't do anything out of order, so it's okay. It's honestly fine. Okay. On the UI side, all we have to do where is it? Oh, it's in buttons, huh? No, it's not. Where did I put these? Here it is. Wow, that took me a minute. Hello? Oh. What's that? There is a blocker somewhere. Where it is black out. Get rid of you. Okay, this is what we're talking about. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna move these up. Oh. That's funny. I could make this like a more linear list, potentially. Let me try it. Throw this up here. Vertical layout group. Under here, we're gonna add just like a button. Because I could technically I could do something like this. Make these way wider. It would end up being more than that though, which is crazy. It would actually end up being more information than that too. Because we would actually put this would go right under here. And then all these would turn off. And we'd just be left with something like this. Every one of these would need to fit nicely, cleanly. And then we would somehow have to like handle all of the cutscenes too. Because there's potentially a cutscene before or after every level. I guess what we could do is have it load into whatever the cutscene is and let you skip it. But that feels awkward because then no, that's probably good. That's probably good. I think I like this move. I could change it later if I don't. If I'm not feeling it, but I think this is a net good. I really hope it is. Something like that. Now, what kind of information will we put here? I mean, it's either gonna just say level 1 through level 15, or they're gonna have like titles of some kind. Hang on. I need some inspiration. From one of the greatest games of all time. This is so clean. This is the direction my brain is going. Look at this shit. Mission 1, and then the name. They're split up into chapters. And then there's like interludes that have cutscenes. I really like that. Why are the interludes at the top though? Isn't that funny? Why are these at the top? That part of it I don't like, but But we could do something like that. Because then it would look something like... a big list of buttons. And some of them are like... bigger than others, potentially. Level 1. I think actually... these pretty much all have names already, which is cool. Intro. Introduction. This will go over here. Well, this could all get put inside of a scroll wheel too. That would be better. I think before I do anything else, because I'm obviously gonna need more room at this point. We're gonna want to set that up somehow. So how does that work? Scroll view. Or do I just want to scroll bar? No. I want a scroll view, but with only vertical. So delete this. And then make this all the way down. And then inside the viewport, there's got to be a vertical thing, right? No. There's not. What? Could this have this on it? Is that how that would work? Maybe. Center. Left doesn't actually matter that much. Let's just put any kind of button in there. Now I can get rid of the list here. Scale this up as appropriate. This is going to be super clean when it's done. Excuse me. I can't wait till I can do this every day, man. Just cannot wait. Do that. That's clean. But then we can also do like, we can do something like this, right? Make this one smaller. How do they do it? They also made it in italics. I love that. I love that so much. I don't know if you would call it an intro though. I would just say like, I'll title it that for now. Interlude. Fonts. We'll call it. That's nice. Italicize it, and then we need a margin, please. Thank you. Do the same thing on these two. Give me margins. Clean. now. This one just needs to be smaller as well. This is the last piece. Those ones are 70. Let's round these off. Let's make these very consistent. 75 for those, and only 50 for this kind. Obviously, I would much prefer a dark color scheme. So let's make all the text white. And then let's drop the... Did they change the color? No, it doesn't look like they changed the color for these. But they did put a nice little, like... What do you call it? Just a cute little icon on the right side, which I kind of like, to show that it's a cutscene. So I'll move that to the right. Drop the size to like 30 by 30 maybe. That's in the exact place I wanted it. That's awesome. And for once I'm not being sarcastic. Then we'll get a little camera icon. Do I have one already or no? Doesn't look like it. We can get one very easily. Usage rights, Creative Commons. Those are horrendous. Video camera. Like this. This is what I'm looking for. Yeah, give me that. It's a weird file type. I don't know if that works in Unity or not. We might have to convert it, which sucks. I'm blind. There it is. Where'd it go? What was it called? Oh, V. Yeah, that doesn't work. Okay, so we'll do... We'll do this. At this point, maybe it would have taken less time to just make one ourselves, but who cares? Maybe not, I don't know. I'm not trying to do anything fancy here. Okay, get rid of this one now. Set this to sprite. Should be all we need to get it in here. Why? Oops. Single sprite, thank you very much. Yeah, it's cute. And then the other ones just don't have anything on them. Okay. Yeah, that's really cool. I think this looks tough. Let's fill all these in while we're thinking of it. Level 2. Forest loops. I also have another cutscene in here somewhere. Yeah. So we'll add that in. Here. an overlord appears. We can change that whenever we feel like it. Okay, we call this one forest loops. We call this one fields and peaks. Let's do this real quick so we don't have to keep going back and forth. Oh wait, that's correct. Obviously this one's off by 1 because we're including the tutorial level as a level. That's fine though. We'll change the name if need be. These could also change to like artistic names later if like we prefer it. But right now I'm feeling this. Calling that an orchard is a little weird, but it's fine. Okay, then we start to have things come over the edge. Where were we? Banked reserves, right? River Bloom. Funny name. Irrigation. Fields. Ember Delta. And 2 more. Okay, so let's see. Just visually how that's feeling. This should be off by default. Weird. It's snapping us in a funny way. Isn't it? Huh. It's snapping. Why is it doing that? I also need to make it so this whole thing isn't a button anymore. Not gonna lie. Let's remove that. Is that all it takes to fix that? I'll just make sure so we don't run into problems. Yeah. And then we need to figure out why this is happening. Maybe it's better to do that figured out in real time. Oh, I bet I know what it is. I have a theory. Content's too small. Nailed it. Content's still too small. Content's still too small. What happens if I go past? Let's get a little awkward space at the end. Okay, so the magic numbers appear to be 700 and 1,300. Is that about right? Oh, it's just 1,300 is what I need. No, that'll awkwardly like change over time, which is frustrating, but it's fine. The next question is, why does it feel so horrible to scroll this? We need to play with the settings. Elasticity should be way up. Inertia, sensitivity should be way up. Higher still. Dude, what were they thinking? Okay, why can you go so high? We'll make it like 50, maybe. Oh, I see. Okay. Damn it. Oh, that kills it. Misclick. Frustrating. Okay, well, I know this should be 1,300. And my scroll view, yeah, default to that. And 50x this easily. We'll see how that feels. Okay, and why did it start already down? Why is it doing that? What's up with that? Why? Why is it thinking that every time we open it, it's scrolling down? It's gotta have something to do with the scaling, right? That's annoying. Huh. Okay. Oh, see, this is gonna be easy now. Actually, as far as like programmatically goes, this part's just copy that in, and you're done. Let's start on it. Paste component values. Interactable by default is off. Interesting. Well, why don't I do that on all of them right now? Just knock it out. Good. Okay, interesting. what's it called? Scroll view. Changes, moves down. How do I even say that? I see. Yeah, we have to disable it, right? That makes the most sense by far. So here's what we're gonna do to fix that. I think we can just fix it on the, well, I'm not sure if it's better or worse to do it programmatically versus in the, what's calling that? Hitting new game. Main menu play button, let's see it. UI helper, open menu. UI helper. Wow, I'm blind. There it is. Open menu. Here it is. Yeah, this gets called in both places. Unfortunately, it does. Interesting. Man, what's the best approach here? I'll be right back again. I'm gonna pour myself a cup of tea, I think. that steep for a second before I take it in here. I was trying to avoid doing this just in case people were tuning in and the noise was annoying in the background, distracting. But since no one's here, I'm gonna just get back to 3D printing in the background. Because I need to get a bunch of these done. My goal is to have 10 fully completed copies of the board game version of Snarfles to take with me to GDC to give out to potential investors, publishers, whatever. Because I think that would be a good way to just sort of set myself apart a little bit. I know that's not till March. I got a little less than 2 months to prepare. But I figure I might as well get ahead on it because it takes a while and I don't remember which filaments are going to run out next and whatever. So I'll just let that run in the background. Okay. So what we were about to do is what I'm about to do when I get my tea. Now that it's done steeping. You're back again. Okay, let's lock in on this. My music's gone. Yes, continue watching. All right. Where I'm at is I'm trying to fix one very specific little annoying bug with this scroll bar, which is that either the position changes or the scaling is affecting the scroll of this. I guess I'll test real quick, though I doubt it, if somehow it's just the inertia pushing back that's causing that. If I turn off inertia, does it fix it? Because I'm not like attached to having inertia. That'd be funny. Let's see. That would just be really nice. Clamp. Be such an easy fix. I doubt it though. Nope. It snapped down. Okay. And then I think, yeah, I think it's somehow sorta changing the anchor point. Getting confused about the anchor. So what we're gonna do is one of two things. We're gonna edit the feedback or we're gonna edit the code. It would be open feedback that's causing this. But that's in comments, huh? I bet you it's... Wait. No. No, it's not. Let's do it on here. Scale. Pause. Scale shake. I think it's this one, right? Let me test that. Does it? Well, I think it shows me when it plays maybe over here. Yeah, that's that one for sure. Okay. Then what we need to do is just add a game object. Set active. We're gonna put this on Well, can I actually not do the game object, but just a specific... like, enabled? Enable behavior. This is probably it. And that's gonna be scroll view. No. Scroll rack, please. Can I change the order of these? Will that fix it? Will it fix it? Let's try it. It's a very specific sequence that needs to happen. Yes, that worked. So I think the goal is just to say, oh, that activates the whole thing. Is that good? Does that turn it off essentially? Can I just put this here and then copy it? Oops. Duplicate? Yeah, throw it on the end and just say on, what would it be, on play? Oh, I see. On play, disabled, then enabled at the end. We'll see if that fixes it. Oh, I feel like a genius. That's so nice. Okay, with that bug out of the way, I think this is pretty much how I want the UI to look. From here, it's just about, well, just two things need to happen. I need to make sure that each of these has the right scene. Level 0 gameplay. Post that scene. Okay. Don't mind the 3D printer in the background. Now we just fill in each of these. Excuse me. Let me double check that we're on the right track. No. Yes. Yeah, we're in the right place. Okay, cool. Level 3, level 4, level 5, 6, should end with 15 if we count right. Beautiful. technically that's all that it takes now for them to load the correct level in every case. But from here, we have to deal with making them work properly. Yeah, this shit. Right here. This is what we have to deal with. What I'm gonna do here, get rid of these completely and just say something like that. I should be able to delete. Oh, I don't. Well, let's do this for now so I can reference it. Is there anywhere else where this is referenced? Yeah, there is. And it's not in a place that matters. Okay, cool. What about here? Nope. Perfect. So that should be a clean. We shouldn't have any compile errors then. Is reload working? Let's get that started. Give it a quick decompile. Make sure there's no errors. Good. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna say something along the lines of that, yeah. Button. Yeah, except that these are just dependent. This could get really tedious as we add in cutscenes. If I just iterate through it, we're gonna end up with all these weird off by ones of what gets unlocked and when. But for now, we'll just write that and see what it looks like, because that should turn everything green. Once I assign it in the damn inspector. Hello? Where is it? I don't actually know where that... Oh, it's all the way up here. Okay. This will end up being content. Definitely. Okay, let's see it. Really? Still didn't change the color. It made it interactable, it didn't change the color. Why? What's up with that? Button.image? Is that a problem somehow? Shouldn't be. Really weird to me. Do I have to do them in a certain order? Well, I did it in that order. It's claiming it's something that it just isn't. that a thing I can change? Well, let's take a look real quick at the fields I have access to. Dot colors. It's a fucking enum. That's really weird. What? Wait, let me check one more thing. Let me check two more things. Interesting. I didn't expect that to happen. Well, you know what else is funny is my brain's going really fast right now, so I have to figure this out. I'm like checking off possibilities on my one right now. I get it. I don't need anything else. I know what's wrong. It's because we copied this. It's not referencing itself. That's so stupid. Alright, those two will color now. Yeah. They're all applying the color of that one image we copied from, instead of applying it to themselves. Because they don't know. Game development is all just one big puzzle. Lots of little puzzles, one after another. It is so tedious, but for whatever reason, my brain just can't get enough of it, man. Nailed it. Okay, obviously that color's absurd. We'll change that later in the inspector, but... we don't need this to happen, by any means. How could we read this somehow? Because if we just do it off of iteration, then every time we add an interlude, it's gonna throw everything off by one, and I don't want to handle that later. Foreseeing a problem that's gonna be a pain later. So what I want to do to fix that, there's a couple things I can do. I can do it off of the name of the button. That feels also pretty tedious. I could do it off of the name of the level that the button is calling, and that feels like a really good option. So let me ask, can you programmatically read the string parameter in the first item in a Unity event in the inspector? Like, on button press in the inspector, I call a function that passes in a string to load a certain level. Can I read that back somewhere unrelated in the code? Like, event dot options 0 dot parameter. If that makes any sense at all. Make no changes to the code base. I'm just asking for information. Show me. How's it work? You don't have to make me confirm every web search. Explain it. It's about to be really weird, isn't it? Really? I thought this was gonna be weird. I didn't think it was gonna be quite that weird. Let's try it. So what you're saying, I'm just gonna print information for now. I wanna see if I can get it back. Component with event becomes like, well, that's just button. Find property my Unity event. Is that on click? And then we print this. I really don't think this is gonna work. I'm gonna try. Where'd I type that? Holy. Probably. It's probably... Is it that? I think you made that up. It might be in editor though. Is that gonna... Okay, then it's not worth that headache at all. It's not even close to worth it. It's not even close to worth the effort. Okay, let's do this another way. That was a fun thought experiment, but let's be a little bit smarter about this than trying to do that shit. Okay. What I'm gonna do then, what's the best move here, dude? There's so many ways I could do it. I think, because it's just like, look, right now, I pop in here and I'm given, the very first time I play the game, it should give me the option to queue this cutscene and this one. One thing I could do, if I really wanted to cheat, is I could make the interludes ignore it. I could have the interludes always unlocked. Okay, I want to do this a smart way. I have a thought, which is just like this, okay? Anytime an interlude pops up, it should just be open if the thing behind it's open. Okay, I know how to do it now. Int counter equals 0. So now we're gonna say bool open equals That's interesting. Yeah, because technically we don't ever beat the next one. Yeah, that's gonna become weird to play with later, but I think that makes sense. We increment counter at the end, but here's the other thing. We're gonna say bool boom. That makes so much sense. I don't need anything else on that, thank you very much. So if we do that, now that we know those two things, we have all the information we need. Because we can just say, if interlude, and open or open? Let me think about that in a second. Is that an and or an or? That's an or. It's gotta be an or. That should work. That should work. I think that's really good code, actually. Let's see how it goes. I don't know what we're set to right now, by the way. I also don't know why we would ever really... Interesting. I also don't know why we would ever bother setting each one separately. You're never gonna beat them out of order. So I want to change that. I don't want to have one on every one of them. That's stupid. Wait. Yes, I do. Why are we off by one again? Because I'd rather have the current one be a different color. If we've currently beaten all of them, as I believe we have. Yeah, it says so right here. We therefore should have access to the next one. We should have access to level 4. 100% we should. But here's what's happening. As of right now, levels 1, 2, and 3 are beaten, I think. Let me just see that real quick. Let me see the data we're dealing with. One more. Let's see it. Oh. Oh, never mind, it's correct. We've only beaten 1 and 2. Oh, that's working fine. It's working perfectly. Okay, cool. So what's up with this then? And this is stupid. We don't need this code at all. I don't think I ever use this anymore though, so who cares? I can just delete this straight up. Now, where's the thing that checks for whether or not that pops up? That should be a thing, by the way. I also think the current one should be a different color, no? I don't know, maybe not. It would be really nice to have like a check or something. A checkbox of some kind maybe, would be cool. But this looks fine as it is. Why don't I load in and beat it real quick and see if that affects it? I'll avoid the next button. Shit. What happened? Level 3 is Fields and Peaks. Oh. How'd that happen? If it's not an interlude and no, I can't say that. Oh. Level 1 comes through. We're at index 0, because this one didn't count. Where am I? See, that should be fine. That should work great. So many weird off by ones here. This is gonna work. It's just a matter of time. We just need to get the data right. Truthfully though, we may change this again anyway. Because I don't know why we're dealing with separate strings for each level win. Can't really say that I see the point in that. It's just confusing because in theory, if we've beaten 1 and 2, but not 3, doing, bro? We're so close. Painful, we're so close. We're ignoring on the current one. We skip this one. Here we get to level 1. If we beat level 1, we set it active. But truthfully, level 1 is here. We set this one active, then we move on. If we beat level 2, we set this one active. We move on. No, that's... The logic checks out. It's just that, well, we were setting... So interesting. Maybe we leave it there. I think this is gonna become more clear later when we take it from the other side, which is what it looks like from the perspective of each level individually. But this already feels like massive progress. I hugely prefer this. But yeah, that's 2 hours. I think we'll call it there. Oh, this is the wrong one actually. That's funny. I didn't even drag the right thing over. I meant this. Yeah, that's what we're actually doing right now. I'm changing this one to say, let's rework the save system to not have individual save strings for every level. Simplify where you can, but allow you to go back and handle cutscenes. So that one's still in progress. This one I'm gonna move over to testing because we're basically done with it, but not quite. Okay, good work. Good work, I love this. We're in a great spot, man. We really are. I'm gonna call it there. I enjoy having this live, but I can't lie, I don't see a way to make this entertaining. I don't feel like this is good content for you. I'm just talking to myself. This is my own kind of little world, I guess. Like, I feel like I need to, like, make these unlisted or something. Maybe what I'll eventually do is make these, like, member-only streams. So that some people can hang out and, like, give suggestions to see what I'm up to, but for the most part, I just don't see this being interesting to the average person. Okay, that felt good though. That felt good. Good progress. Good stuff. Good work.